Hi out there. I count it a rare privilege to come on board again on the ShotPut Master class coaching on the water table. This is the fourth video in the series of the Water Table Masterclass program, and it is all about an attempt to explore the deeper dimension of your possibilities through fundamental approaches. The water table is about the realities that enables one to gain presence in order to answer the questions and provide solutions to critical issues in the society. My name is James Komolafe. I am lead consultant at the School of Articulation and Behavioral Alignment Resources, also known as the Cyber Resources. You know what? No one can dig your water table for you except you. So you have to be determined if you must tap into your best that you can ever offer. It is not enough to know your talents, your competencies, and the skills that you have built. You need to also be able to tap to the solutions in your depth within and create the much needed intervention in the society. So it is when you are able to touch the critical values in your deeper dimension to the point that you begin to answer the questions of life and solving problems. We say you are tapping from your water table, which is the evident realities of your personal component from the inside. This is the basis for our discussion in this edition. In case you missed the first 3 videos, you will need to go back and watch them via YouTube so that you can understand the rationale behind this one. So today's topic is giving us water table realities, a fundamental weapon against depression. Depression is out there, but within you is a full-scale opportunity for self-expression. So what are the 7 issues there if you must not be depressed but find expression through your water table? You need to know as a matter of priority that the evidence of your depth within is your water table. So if you must not be sad, depressed, then find out what is deep-seated in your inside, waiting to be explored and exploited. 2, your personal flow within, reeling out on the flaws of manifestation, is critical to whatever you're going to become in life. So find it out. 3, your capacity to touching that depth in order to connect with the heights you can never attain is also locatable in your water table. So let's dig. Issue number 4, you're delivering and discovering your personal equilibrium for definite intervention is in your water table. The issue number 5 is that when you are able to make that contact with your water table, your first impression in real terms secures you a collection from your inside first, and then a connection that makes your life a donation to your world. So what are you out there in critical terms to donate to your world as a means of solving problems, discovering a need and filling it by providing the solutions within your deep? Issue number 6 about the reality of your water table is that it is an expression from within, guaranteeing and sponsoring both your first impression in real terms and your subsequent expression in life. It is a well that does not run dry in the depth of your personality when you can find it and tap into it. Last but not the least, as per the water table reality, is the fact that it is a channel for strong and compelling vibration through critical distribution in skills and some certain competencies. So what are we saying here? Your competencies are great, but beyond your competencies are depth of wired solutions in your inside, which when you tap and it can service your competencies go ahead to service your world. And wow, you become irresistible at that moment. So with these 7 realities, you enjoy full expression. You cannot have depression at the same time. When you are finding full expression, you catch your own fire that produces the warmth for others. That's the realities from your water table. So the second aspect of this share is about the 7 debts you are owing your water table. And until you pay the debt through sacrifice and commitment, you are not going to be able to do much as far as it has to do with your water table. You are not born to struggle. You are born to just release yourself into the fullness of that which you can offer from the depth within you. So what are the 7 debts you must pay? The depth within you, so that what is contained in your depth can find its way to the surface where it is mostly needed to solving problems. One thing is common in this episode. Your capacity to solve problems is key. You are not a problem when you touch your water table and your water table flows out in real terms. You are simply solving problems using what is critical to your person in solving problems. So what are the 7 debts you owe your water table if you must flow from that dimension to impact your generation and bless your society? The first of that debt is the debt of a dream. You need to dream. You need to be able to discern and dream. And yes, I'm not a surface person. There are depths unrealized which I need to tap into. And when you begin to dream, you know what? You begin to develop awareness, consciousness, and begin to engage yourself in critical thinking and reasoning that will get the searchlight turning inward towards you. At this point, you are going to be overwhelmed by the fact of the inner stare from your water table. You just begin to know that you are not there yet, and you do all within your energy and capacity to begin to dig deep into yourself through your thinking, your reasoning, and your imagining. This is where you come to the position of personal overwhelm that delivers the content of your water table to you from the inside. So that's the first debt you have to pay. The second one is to discover it. Why the first one enables you to dream and discern it, that there is a water table within you. The second rule says discover it through self-interaction, intimacy with the divine, where you are able to separate yourself in order to find out the details of the manual of your life as given by the manufacturer himself, who is God. So what does this do to you? It's going to stir you up from the inside. It's going to fire you up from the inside when you are making that discovery. When you are able to separate yourself and reason and harmonize with certain wisdom there. Wisdom comes to you through separation for knowledge. And the third thing you have to do, as a matter of fact, the debt you have to pay so that your water table can deliver to you, is that you have to download your discovery. This is transfer by realms, within the regions of the realms, from the soft energy within you to other forms of energy. That's where you begin to put together, articulate in lucid language, on ink and paper, some of these impressions coming to you. You begin to put the flesh and the bones, the sinews and the breath, so as to form something from your inside to the outside. So it involves energy. It involves the transfer in real terms from mental realm to the physical material realm. So you download it. Very vital. Then the fourth debt you have to pay is the debt of decision. You take decision over it, because your position will not be seen until you decide. You can form a maxim around it. I decide. Until you decide, nothing happens. Your dream remains with you. Your discovery remains with you. And every other thing in your deeper depth will remain with you if you cannot take a decision. Because we don't really know you until you decide. So this is going beyond intention into demonstration. What you have sensed, what you have discovered and dreamt about, what you have downloaded, you need to take a decision to do something with it. Otherwise, it's going to fly out of you over time. And then you are back to square one, just wishing and wishing. You need to take a £1 million determination in order to do something positive with the flow from your water table. So what's the fifth debt you owe your water table? If it has to deliver to you and to your world, you have to develop the flow thereof. So what does that entail? After taking a decision that tells us your position to do something good, great, and grand, it is you develop the same. This is where you take deliberate actions and activities for growth and development, where you build skills, further skills, associated skills, where you're going to value creation, value addition, through reading, through discovering and distinguishing yourself and harmonizing with certain association that keeps your fire burning, through setting up of certain protocols that you want to start keeping on a habitual note. So you need to develop content and courage at the same time. You need to develop capacity. You need to grow more, learn more about that specific unique thing flowing out of your personal reservoir on the inside, your water table. So the company you keep and the books you read and how well you are able to apply them to the ordinariness of your daily existence matters a whole lot. So you have to develop and develop and develop in order to build strength and the required stamina to solving problems from your depth within. So number 6 is deliver it. As you move from crude to finished products and services, you need certain platforms. You need certain structures so that you can feature your deliberate plans in the short term, intermediate, and in the long term. Maybe the short term could be between now and 6 months. What are you going to do about it? While your intermediate could be between 6 months to 1 year or 1.5 years. While the long term, you want to look at 5 years after. And what do you do in delivery? You gather the resources you need together. Human resources, material resources, and platforms, so that you begin the critical analysis and solving problems, given what you have and who you are from your inside. This is where you create the much needed intervention that affects all and solve problems. You know what? You need to start from where you are. Never ignore that voice stirring up in your inside. So what's the 7th? Debt you have to pay. You have to design it to fit into people. And this is the height of it. When you can dream, you take a position. By downloading same, you can develop and do all of the others. And you can design it to fit into the frame in people by way of raising role models, through certain commitments, and creating the critical connection there. Then the whole effort will be an exercise in futility. So in order not to fail, please, with all of this, don't be a lone man or woman running. Look for platforms of collaboration and partnerships, as the case may be. If you wink in the dark where no one sees you, then you remain on your own. So if you must ask people to patronize, then you need to advertise. So please design this to fit into people. Train some people with it. Equip people. Be a role model to some people so that this flow from your inside can have definite flaws on the outside for its manifestation. So what's the last line in this episode? Commitment to knowledge is key. Focus is fundamental. It is a call to a compelling life from your depth within. As soon as you touch your depth within your water table, you become so irresistible for a force. And it is then you can begin to enjoy your inner state. Never get bottled up in life. When you are bottled up, that is direct application to depression. When you find out and connect critically to the virtues in your water table, then you are out for full expression. Striking success begins from touching your personal water table. So what are the questions for you in this class today? 1. When are you paying your own debt to your water table? You are owing your water table 7 debts, and it is you, and you who must pay the debt, so that it can release its deposit, loaded content to you for exploration and for societal exploitation. Question number 2 you must answer. How do you intend to pay it? By the way, how? You need to know how after knowing what, so that you can reach destination. Question 3. What effort have you made in the past? And where are you now as far as paying the debt of your water table is concerned? Question 4. Where are your personal difficulties and the loophole you observe in an attempt to pay the debt for your water table? We would like to know, so as to be able to give you some professional counsel there that will help you to dig deeper and achieve better results. 5. Analyze your discoveries from your water table and the critical part you are engaging in order to find full expression. Go into this trend now. Let's stamp out depression through real-time expression. You know what? Depression is not a place to be. Find full expression today. Send your answers to james1kom@gmail.com. These 5 questions require answers from you. Join up in the water table group for subsequent discussions on the realities of your water table. It is there you can also ask your questions, and we jointly find answers and solutions to them. By 8 o'clock Nigerian time, 8 p.m. So the question now is this: are you catching something worthwhile from this masterclass coaching? Please introduce to someone. Thank you so very much, and see you next time.